2026 marks the 250th anniversary of American independence. This year marks 250 years since the historic battles of Concord and Lexington in Massachusetts, which marked the beginning of the American Revolution.
Fort Ticonderoga is one of America's most iconic landmarks. It's a site of America's first victory of the Revolution and the earliest preservation in America. And so we're so incredibly excited to be at this awesome moment, 250 years to the day, to recreate the capture of Ticonderoga, the first victory of the Revolution, which launched a whole campaign in the northern region of the colonies and secured the cannon that ultimately forced the British evacuation of Boston.
2 weeks into the 2025 season, Beth Hill, Fort Ticonderoga Association's president and CEO, is getting ready to show the community and beyond what this place is all about.
You know, there are few places in America where you go to and you feel the power of place, the power of history. And it truly inspires awe. And what we are so eager to do is to connect our visitors with what happened here, the struggles, the sacrifices, the victories that shaped our nation. And we still experience today, we still feel the implications today, and to spark that passion and interest and inspiration with all of our audiences who come to Fort Ticonderoga.
The historic site is expecting to see more visitors than usual this year because of the anniversary. Hill says they anticipate welcoming about 70,000 visitors between May and October, coming from all over the world.
There is such tremendous momentum nationally towards America's 250th. And I think a lot of people think about the Declaration of Independence, July 1776, as we should. And next year in 2026, we will be celebrating kind of the birthday of America. But the war for American independence really began in 1775, 250 years ago. There's Lexington and Concord, and then Ticonderoga about a month later with this offensive victory. And there's just so much excitement. We've been delighted to partner with the America250th.org and the USMA Quincentennial, who is the national organization who is helping support the national celebration. And we're so honored and excited to be part of this today. What an honor to be here.
The 3-day reenactment is as authentic as it can get, acting out the events at the exact time that they happened with the exact amount of people 250 years ago.
You can expect to see both sides of America's first victory here at Fort Ticonderoga. I'm dressed as one of the Green Mountain Boys, and we're going to have 82 Green Mountain Boys reenactors retracing the actual march route that the Green Mountain Boys took all the way from Sudbury through Orwell and Shoreham, Vermont, over the course of May 8th and 9th, and then crossing Lake Champlain by wooden boat on the 10th. All the while, visitors here to Fort Ticonderoga itself, they can meet the British garrison, all 42 British soldiers, 24 women and children. Imagine what it would be like to be here completely unaware of an attack that was about to reach you at 3:30 in the morning on May 10th, 1775. On Sunday, May 11th, we're going to recreate the aftermath as these British prisoners of war march off to an unknown fate in captivity. And the Green Mountain Boys kind of have the spoils of war, the cannons of Fort Ticonderoga, some jockeying for who's going to be in command and planning for what's next now that they have Americans here on Lake Champlain.
Stuart Lilly, the Vice President of Public History at Fort Ticonderoga, is dressed in authentic civilian clothing dating back to 1875, highlighting the fort's largest 18th century clothing collection while celebrating the uniqueness of the fort to our region.
Ticonderoga, historically, it's at a spot that's kind of at the head of Lake Champlain, and the campaign, though, went right down the lake, northwards towards Canada. And so we here at Ticonderoga, our story is really the campaign story of this entire valley. Ticonderoga was a place that was known, whether you were on the Onion River all the way near Burlington, whether you're on the AuSable River, all these places. People went to and from Ticonderoga, and we can share the epic story of this whole valley, whole columns of boats and warships sailing up and down to and from Ticonderoga, So really our story here, it's not just a national story, it's one of local import throughout this valley.
Despite federal funding cuts impacting some Franklin County museums in New York, the Fort Ticonderoga Association's budget is growing. The organizational operations budget for 2025 totals $7 million.
Fort Ticonderoga was founded in 1909, so before national parks existed and state parks. And it was the intent of our founders to be a private site. In fact, they said they knew it could be a much stronger organization as a private entity. Fort Ticonderoga is a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization owned and operated by the Fort Ticonderoga Association. And we're committed to having a diversified funding base. So we are funded by individual donors, by foundations. We're funded by earned income through our gated missions and other operations. As well, we go after competitive grants, federal grants and state grants. And we've been really proud to receive support through NEH, the National Endowment for the Humanities, and Institute of Museum and Library Services. And we are exceedingly grateful and proud that those grants are still active and still funded. So for example, this summer we'll be hosting a National Teacher Institute funded through NEH, and then we also have a major exhibition that's funded by IMLS.
The three-day reenactment is relying on help from the community to put on the show, which consists of a live audience and YouTube live stream.
Fort Ticonderoga is such a stunning place. We have 2,000 acres of such incredible beauty across our site and the power of place. And so our visitors come to us, and I think they're really struck by, the natural beauty, the experiences we offer our visitors. Every day is an event at Fort Ticonderoga, and every year is a new experience. We have launched a major initiative called Real-Time Revolution, and it's punctuated by signature events such as No Quarter this weekend, but also the daily programming. And what that means in real time, 250 years, is to that moment, every day, we're telling the story of this war for American independence and the impact it had on the colonies, the nation, and ultimately what we feel today. And that's brought to life through our tours, our historic trades programs, our weapons demonstrations, even our boat tours on Lake Champlain or the Mount Defiance experience. There really is so much for our visitors to explore. And because there is so much, our tickets are buy one day, get the next day free, because there really is so much to see and do. Our reenactment, it's really interesting that we have the exact number of Green Mountain Boys and exact number of men, women, and children who are here at the fort as the British garrison. And people are coming from all over the country to participate in this really epic experience with the Green Mountain Boys marching across the communities in Vermont as they prepare to come across in bateaus on Lake Champlain to Ticonderoga to capture the fort. So we have a wonderful community of participants that are augmenting our very talented staff who is putting on this event. Beyond that, we have the national audiences with the U.S. Commission, the Semi-Quincentennial Commission. We're excited to welcome the New York State Commission for the 250th, as well as the Vermont State Commission for the 250th, and other partners. The Champlain-Hudson Power has been supportive of this event, and as well as the community here in Ticonderoga. There's such a sense of history in our community, and we love bringing visitors from all over the country who come to Fort Ticonderoga and hopefully enjoy the community as well.